And we're back. This is the first week in September. I can do it on the first one. And as you know, boys and girls, lock up your heroes. The villains are in town.
Yeah.
Yep, the villains are here.
DC town. Who cares?
The villains are here, and in 3D. We're coming at you in 3D.
More importantly, the X-Men from the future are here.
Well, that's Marvel. And
yeah, so it's cool.
Maharaja is in Fables or Ferris, isn't it?
Why don't you look at the camera and
Sorry,
talk about what you
I'm
know?
just asking. I'm just asking.
He's been in for months now.
Okay, well I tried. But the villains are going to get you. Because the crime syndicate and whatnot, and DC's going crazy with 3D covers. Everyone's like, that looks like crap on the screen. But I hate to admit it, and some look better than others, but some look pretty cool.
They're kind of cool. I don't know if they're worth an extra dollar.
No. Because they're just going to get all scratched to hell.
No, it's lenticular, so I don't think... I mean, if you're reasonably careful with them, I think they'll be okay. I mean, yeah, if you do that...
It's a gimmick.
It's a definite, yeah.
It's a gimmick that's going to be a disaster, I think. I'm pretty sure.
If it isn't already.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. But we'll get to that later. Let's talk about our second tier. Let's talk about our independent comics.
There you go. Good job.
Our independently tiered comics.
First up is Jonathan Hickman's new book, God is Dead, from Avatar. Really don't know much about this series, but I flipped through it. It looks like kind of... I can't even describe it.
It's Jonathan Hickman again.
It looks like some time travel, some different time periods, some human sacrifice.
Boobs.
Boobs. Nipple rings. All sorts of good stuff. So,
Avatar?
From Avatar, God is Dead. I don't know how often it's going to get published.
I think it's supposed to be monthly.
Monthly,
yeah.
but he's kind of busy.
I said supposed.
Gillian's Uber. It comes out every month, and that's from Avatar, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Avatar they're generally monthly.
But Hickman, I mean, he's got quite a lot on his plate, and Manhattan projects we've seen kind of sporadic in the past. So,
but the thing is, he's already written all of that.
Yeah,
Like, that's how
that would be my guess. That he probably got ahead of it.
Yeah.
So it's the artist probably.
Avengers has been done for like 6 years probably.
But like I said, quick flip through it. It looks pretty interesting. It's a #1 issue, so it's a great place to jump on. Speaking of #1 issues, we have the Star Wars. So
this is weird.
This is going to be weird.
This is weird.
Let me just give you a quick synopsis of it from the inside of the cover. The original screenplay contains all of the now familiar elements of Star Wars: an evil empire, a young would-be Jedi, an older Jedi Knight who mentors the boy, a princess in need of rescue, even a father who is more machine than man, but put together in ways far different from what you've seen on screen. So this comic book series is based on George Lucas's original screenplay.
This is what we would have had George Lucas had a lot of money and people that did not say, hey, no, that's stupid, crazy. Don't do that.
Remember what happened when that actually happened?
Yeah, I know. So this is either going to be awesome or this is going to be just prequel fodder.
Yeah, looking at it, like I said, I haven't read it yet.
The artist is awesome.
It looks pretty.
Yeah, Mike Mayhew is the artist, and he's really cool.
Yeah. There's a scruffy-looking scoundrel guy in here who has a hat kind of like Gambit from the 90s X-Men cartoon.
The anti-mask?
So already I love it.
What gets me going is that it's Ralph McQuarrie's original concept art.
Yeah.
That's pretty sweet.
So definitely something to look forward to this week.
Yeah, I'm picking up Dark Horse books now. Just like left and right. It's weird.
So
that's the same with Image. I'm picking up way more Image than I've picked up in years and years. But.
Yeah, this is a Dark Horse. It's #1. Hopefully it's going to follow in the steps of Brian Wood's Star Wars series.
Sure.
It's got the promise of it, so look for that this week. And finally, last highlight is Satellite Sam. I don't think we really need to say much more about Satellite Sam other than you should be reading. It's an interesting book, really detailed, beautiful artwork, really beautiful girls.
Boobs.
Again.
Boobs in this one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Have fun with that one.
Oh, Howard.
So
he loves boobs.
He loves lacy underwear is what he loves.
That's true.
So Matt Fraction.
And wallpaper.
Yeah. So those are your highlights from your independent publishers.
Yeah, and well, We'll go ahead and talk about Vertigo. I think that's a pretty good segue. You got the newest issue of Fairest with, according to Mara, I should just stick with what I know. The Mara Hara.
Prince Charming.
Yeah, that's
Prince
Prince
Charming. Yeah, he's in here, and there's a chick with a bow.
I believe the last issue left off with him dangerously ill.
Yeah.
And trying to find a cure for that. So.
And also from Vertigo is the second chapter of Jeff Lemire's Trillium. Not to dissuade people, I think I just need to read this as a whole. I think I need to read this as a complete novel.
It'll probably
And
read
not-
better that way. But
yeah.
I mean, the first issue was cool. The way it dovetailed, both stories dovetailed.
Yeah, it was
cool.
It took something that usually would be
this.
gimmicky and didn't make it so gimmicky. It made it
Yeah,
necessary. It made it.
I don't think it was so much a gimmick as he just realized, as he was telling the story, that that's how it worked. It would be
Yeah.
kind of a cool gimmick, I guess. But I don't think
Yeah.
anybody was like, it's got 2 covers, I'm buying
Yeah,
it.
no one was complaining because Lemire's name was on it.
I think the biggest complaint was, where do we start? What side do we start with?
And it didn't matter.
I know all y'all are waiting to see the DC kooky covers. Hold on. We have some stuff from DC that we need to talk about before we get to that.
God, we're going to be talking about DC for an
No,
hour.
well, I mean, Batman Black and White is worth talking about.
Sure.
And worth the $5. I mean, who all do we have in this first issue?
There's a bunch of people. There they all are in the front.
Yeah, so we got, I know Darwin Cook, right? Correct?
I don't think Darwin Cook did any, but Michael Cho,
Neil Adams, Joe, Sean Murphy,
Chris Somney.
Chris Omni. Okay.
I like how you hit Joe Quinonez's name and realized you couldn't say it, so you skipped it.
Yep, you're exactly right. But those that aren't familiar with Black and White, Batman Black and White, we film in?
Yeah, they did a series called Gotham Knights a long time ago, and in the back there were 6, 7 page, maybe 6 to 8 page stories, and they're black and white, different creators. And so that's what we're doing again.
Most are free, I think, on Comixology too.
Sean Murphy's in it.
But what's pretty cool about this, it's also some relatively, it's very film noir, but there's also some grown up stuff. And I remember that Bruce Timm issue that he did of Batman Black and White was like, this would not be in the animated series.
Yeah, it's letting high class artists do what they want to do. I mean, with the one caveat that it's in black and white.
Right.
So it's like the Legends of Dark Knight that they're doing, online, but the gimmick again is black and white, and gimmick is not even really the right word.
No.
And it does have a sweet Jim Lee cover.
Yeah,
It
it is
does.
good. Yeah, it is very
I
good.
love the skeletons in the background.
Yeah.
All right, one more.
Evil Time.
But yes, we are getting evil. Strangely enough, the big comic to come out of the month, the big event DC is doing, the big focus of Villains Month, does not have their kooky villains cover. It is Forever Evil, #1. And I don't know. I don't know what's going to be happening here.
I do. I read it.
Oh well.
But I mean, and you should kind of know what's going on.
Right.
You
We
read Justice
we
League.
know that the heroes are gone.
No, the Justice League.
Justice League are gone, and the villains, the Crime Syndicate are here, and the villains have to kind of become the heroes here.
What are you even talking
No,
about?
I don't know. I'm making it up.
No, the Crime Syndicate shows up on Earth and they're like, we're taking over the Earth, we're breaking all the villains free.
I was right on that one.
But you said the villains have to
That's
fight
what
to
I've
become
heard.
heroes?
That's what
Maybe
I've
they
heard.
will eventually. I mean, Lex doesn't seem excited about it. But all the rest of them are like, woohoo, let's smash some stuff. So
I think I'm going to be right in the end.
I'm
Better
not
just
saying
buy
not,
the issue
but
and
in
figure out what
action,
happens.
Okay. Well, I think I heard an interview or like something else.
Again,
where
I agree. I've read it, and
Yeah.
it looks like Lex is not interested in what the Crime Syndicate is feeding
Yeah.
him.
because
Because he's not in control.
Well, yeah, because Earth is Lex's thing.
Right.
Yeah, he doesn't want another freaking alien to take over. Let's get to something that none of us know what we're talking about: the one-shots. And if I'm correct, these are things that you can read, and you don't need any backstory on any of the main lines or anything. For example, you can read Two-Face without having to read Batman and Robin.
But it is going to lead into Batman and
Exactly.
Two-Face.
Like all these things are going to be necessary to the story that is going to be told.
Theoretically.
Theoretically.
I don't think that's true for everyone.
Right. Some of them are just there because...
I will say the rule that I've taken when I'm deciding which ones I want, if they're written by people who are writing other stories in the DCU right now, like for instance this one is written by Peter Tomasi, who writes Batman and Robin, and the next big arc in Batman and Robin is Batman and Two-Face.
Yeah.
So it's going to be important.
Exactly.
Good rule of thumb.
Yep. So that should be good. Strangely enough, though, you would think that they would keep the creator with the comic.
Right.
It's really confusing.
Why is this one Batman
Right.
the Dark Knight instead
Gail
of Batgirl?
Simone is writing Ventriloquist, which apparently is taking the place of Batman the Dark Knight. But if you read Batgirl, you probably want to read this comic.
It's the same creative team as
guess.
Batgirl. It's Ventriloquist. I mean,
Who was in Batgirl for a while.
So,
So
this is your issue of Batgirl for the month.
Right.
Ventriloquist.
So like I said, it's pretty confusing. And I think there's some comics that you're just not getting a comic. Like,
Oh, there's a bunch.
Yeah, like if you're reading like All-Star Western, you're not getting a
Yeah,
comic
there's
this
no.
month.
That's
no,
still coming out?
Oh yeah, it's got a little bit of a following.
Yeah, so is Batwing. Batwing is still coming out.
Yeah.
Too. You don't get an issue of Batwing this month either.
Yep, sorry.
If it's a mid to lower tier title, you're probably not getting an issue this month.
Yeah.
It's all
It's
big
all
guys.
Batman, Superman,
There's
Green
like
Lantern,
20 Batman
Flash.
books and 15 Supermans and 5 Flashes and
Like seriously, if you like a Batman villain that's not Catwoman, ironically, there's no Catwoman issue.
Well, she's...
But she's got her own book. I get that.
Theoretically, she's a hero.
Right, but I mean, they sure do pump her up in the first
Yeah, she's
front of
in
the
for it.
parade of Forever Evil. I don't know. Anyway, Ventriloquist is in Batman the Dark Knight. Those that are following Supergirl,
Again, you're right.
you want to pick up Action Comics this week. Because Michael Nelson is writing
The Cyborg.
Cyborg Superman, right.
And he's obviously been the villain in Supergirl for a couple issues.
Yes.
And I think this is his origin. Just flipping through it, that's what it looked like to me. I don't think
Right.
he's going to be Reed Richards this time.
Whew. Okay, yes.
Keep going.
Next, if you are following nothing and you just want to read a Joker comic, read Batman to read Joker, which I think is the origin of Joker. I don't know the origin of
I'm
Joker
sure it's
because
not the origin.
they're not going to let him do that. But it's about Joker and just flipping through, it's about Joker and a monkey. I don't know. Could be great. Could be terrible. Is it Andy Kubert?
It's Andy Kubert.
Yeah, so
He's writing it. Not
Andy
Ryan.
Kubert should be known for. Is that Adam? Or is
That's
it-
Adam. dude.
Sorry.
He should be known as the brother who drove the
Yes.
guy through this.
Sorry. I don't know. I thought it was his art. Because Andy Kubert, you want his art. You don't really want him to.
Theoretically, I haven't read it, so
Right.
maybe it's awesome. I don't know.
I don't
kind of
know.
doubt it. But, I mean,
I can't think of anything awesome that Andy Kubert has written. I'm like,
I can't think of anything he's written. He's an artist.
yeah, exactly. No,
That's what
he's
I'm saying.
he's done this crap before. He's like writing like that. Isn't he writing like the Damien stuff that's coming up?
Yeah, I think he is writing that. But
Yeah.
that hasn't come out either.
But they tacked him on this stuff before.
Okay. I don't.
Why are you so argumentative?
As
today?
far as I know, I've never read
Hey,
it.
Justice
So he
League.
could
You
be
got
awesome.
Darkseid. I know people like Darkseid.
And once again, this is written by Greg Pak, so theoretically is the Superman Batman issue.
Right,
Or
but
Batman Superman. I guess
do
they call it
not
Batman
expect Jay
Superman.
Lee though.
No, it's not Jay Lee.
So there you go. So this is Batman, Superman, Justice League. Hey man, I'm trying to make as much sense
I don't know.
of villains month
You're
as
just
possible.
saying you've read all this stuff by Andy Kubert, and I don't think that's happened.
I didn't read that much stuff.
What's
I don't think
next?
you've read anything.
Flash. Yes, Gorilla.
It's Grodd. He's not Gorilla Grodd. That's old and lame. He's just Grodd now, dude.
Is it old and lame? to just-
No, but that's what the New 52 wants us to believe.
Well, don't side with the new
Giant
52.
talking gorilla
I'm
is
very
kinda old and lame.
anti-DC right now, so screw
This is
him.
Gorilla Grodd.
It's Grodd. He's just happens to be a gorilla.
Whatever the hell. Just go on your Marvel. All right,
Racist.
villains month. Is it racist or is it
Yes,
species?
because...
Let's talk about
species.
Marvel!
Oh, Marvel. We love Marvel. Okay, so
We do
first
love
up,
Marvel.
we got number 2 of Infinity. So, if you've been keeping up, wacky stuff's happening in space, wacky stuff's happening on the planet, and wacky stuff happens in here.
Wacky.
There's some wacky stuff. There's a wacky robot. Look at him right there. Okay, it's not wacky, but, you know, it's crazy.
I can argue too. It is
All right.
crazy, I'll give you that.
Next up, we got Superior Spider-Man number 17.
Ooh.
Spider-Man 29.9 is coming back, hopefully to smack Doc Ock around. But I haven't read it yet, so I'm not sure.
Did you see all the Comixology is kind of trying to prep their 2 big Marvel events. Like all of Spider-Man 2099 is now on Comixology, and for the first time, I just assumed that it has always been on there. Giant Size X-Men #1.
Really?
They just now have put it on Comixology.
That's weird.
And that means Marvel has just now gotten that comic.
Yeah, that's strange because
Yeah.
they've got the digital file.
Yeah.
Next up, we got X Factor 262, the last issue of X Factor. The end of a 10-year run.
That's
by
an
Peter
awesome
David.
cover.
It's a good cover.
It is an awesome cover. If you've been keeping up, they've been wrapping everything up. So this is the issue where they wrap up Layla and Madrox. And it's a little sad, but you should read it if you've been keeping up. If you haven't, too late. It's the last issue. Wait until the next whatever he's gonna do with X Factor or their related characters. And
That's it for Marvel, right?
Yeah,
It's not.
It's the highlights.
for Marvel.
Yes,
Yeah.
the three highlights are
Right.
picks of the weeks.
Well,
I mean, yours is maybe not a highlight, but it's
It should
surprisingly
be.
good.
It's
We'll
gonna
talk
be-
about it in a
it's-
second,
yeah.
but it is surprisingly good.
Marv? Well,
Yeah.
no, yeah, Marv.
Marv goes
Yeah,
first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your pick of the week, sister wife?
X-Men Battle of the Atom, Chapter 1.
No.
What's wrong with you?
It's been a long day.
Okay, so going into Battle of the Atom, you know that
battle.
the X-Men, the original X-Men from the past are now in the present, and then there's some, ambiguous things going on. Should they stay? Should they go? They are saying no one's happy about it, but they kind of like it. Who knows that they're messing stuff up? So to just mess up more things, kind of
That's Stuart Eminem.
going to see the X-Men of the future come to the
Pay
present.
attention to your wife.
So
She's explaining Battle of the Atom.
all sorts of convolutions going on. So that's the first chapter. It's a one-shot, right?
Yeah, I think there's going to be a second
Like a
issue.
second
That's the
one
last
shot.
part. Yeah,
Let me double check that.
yeah, I'm pretty
Well,
sure.
it says X-Men Battle of the Atom #2. So it's
Yeah.
only two.
Well,
Battle
yeah,
of the
I
Atom.
guess it depends on how you define it. But
Yeah. First chapter, it's going to set everything up.
How many
Just
issues?
glancing through it.
Well, it's, I don't know, 6 or 7 issues of the other books.
It says part 10.
Yeah,
Maybe
10. It's a
10
issues.
10-part miniseries.
Yeah,
But
But it's all over the
it's
world.
no.
if you're reading X-Men comics, you're going
Yeah.
to get.
Yeah.
it
You're going to
goes
get all
through-
these X-Men comics. You're looking at all new X-Men, Uncanny X-Men, Wolverine, and X-Men.
God,
So
X-Men universe is so good right now.
yeah. So
It's
there's
better than
4
it's been
comics you should be
forever.
picking up anyway. So you're going to
Yeah.
hit all the Battle of
Yeah,
the
you just
Atom.
get a couple extra Battle of the Atoms.
Yeah.
Frank Cho did the art, most of the art for that issue.
Mhm.
So it's
yeah.
all new X-Men and Wolverine the X-Men.
And
not
Uncanny.
Uncanny, okay.
So not Legacy.
And not the two forces.
Yeah, none of X-Force. It's all
Yeah.
just X-Men.
So it's X-Men without Legacy. So
Yeah? No, you go and I'll do mine.
Okay, well,
we might as well connect.
My pick of the week is part 2 of Battle of the X-Men. All new
Atom.
X-Men, what is it? Oh, Battle of the Atom, whatever.
Sorry, but
All new X-Men 16.
it's payback for
Uh,
God.
Spoiler alert, in the issue that Mara just talked about, the future X-Men show up. This issue, we get to see everybody react to the future X-Men. Some of them are X-Men that are actually active on the team, like Kitty Pryde and Iceman. And so there's 3 Icemen. I've read both, and they're awesome. They're lots of fun. I mean, obviously, I'm an X-Men fan, so I'm going to dig it the whole time. But
Is it
big-
3 Beast?
yeah,
yes, there are 3 beasts as
3
well.
Beasts as well.
Yeah, so crazy awesome stuff that I can't talk about because you need to just read it. I mean, just take our word, read them. But if you haven't been reading X-Men, this is where to get in. And shame on you because they're the best comics at Marvel right now.
Mm-hmm.
Which is saying something. Because my gosh, like we roll our eyes and like we say we might take a chance and I don't know with DC, but with Marvel, like
Everything's a winner.
I know it like you have to be careful if you have like a budget on your comics because especially if you want it to be diverse because
Because I
it
was
could
going to say, your pick of the
easily
week is one of those that should not be a winner.
yeah it should not but it's great it really is a terrific
That's
book.
segue I gave you.
Yeah, it's and once again it's $2.99, so it's easy to jump in.
Say the name of it.
It is the Superior Foes. It is the Superior.
Well, you started talking about it like
Superior
as if
Foes.
you didn't. I mean,
Superior Foes of Spider-Man, Brian,
no.
and it's just a good fun. It's you look at this book and you would think it's some kind of lame Spider-Man character that I haven't heard of, and they're trying to force a book out of, like I don't know.
No,
Carnage.
it's worse than that. It's just a bunch
Yeah.
of lame Spider-Man villains you have heard of and you don't want to care about.
Right. Well, I mean, come on, you have not. I mean,
I've
the
heard
average
every
person.
one of those characters.
You have. 'Cause
Okay,
You're a
you-
big Spider-Man fan.
You don't know who Speed Demon and Shocker are?
I know who Shocker is, but Speed Demon, not
Yeah.
really.
read a Spider-Man comic book.
Regardless.
Good
Yes,
Lord.
it's ridiculously good. Like
It's good. It's in
when
the
Matt
same-
told me a couple weeks ago to read it, I was like, "There's no way I'm reading that comic book.
Yeah.
It looks awful,
It
but it's excellent." Nick Spencer's writing it.
yeah, and I mean, it. I keep on telling people it's in the same vein, and it's not like Hawkeye at all. I mean, I'm not saying that, but it's a comic that people who aren't a fan of superhero comics can really get behind and enjoy. It's definitely stronger on dialogue than action, and it's a very funny book.
I mean, it's kind of in the same way, almost the same vein as Hawkeye, where it's kind of their downtime rather than so much
Right.
they're breaking, stealing or breaking into banks and stuff.
Exactly, and I mean the focus is, of course, on character. I mean, yes, there is action in it, but it never. These are guys that are never going to have anything go their way, and that's what you're gonna want. And Spider-Man's not in it. That's one of the cool things about it is if you're a Spider-Man fan, yeah, you'll enjoy it. But if you're not a Spider-Man fan, don't let that dissuade you from getting this.
If somehow you're a Shocker fan, though, you can forget it.
When Shocker is the biggest name on your team, I mean this is C-list at best. Chameleon might be on this. He comes back and forth.
And it does star Boomerang, who was part of the last Thunderbolts run, which, I mean, is not exactly a huge deal. But
Yeah,
he is the main focus of the book, though, Boomerang.
Yeah, it's good stuff. It's good stuff.
It
If
is
you like
surprisingly
people
good.
that steal dogs and and stick up comic book stores, you'll really enjoy Superior Foes of Spider-Man. It's worth reading and getting into. So, can we all agree that it's an excellent week in comic books?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
There's plenty to buy. Go to the store. What store should they go to first?
Well, I mean, Comics, obviously, if you're within the Arkansas area. 255 Ferris Road, right behind good old UCA.
UCA, exactly. And if not, go to your local comic book store, look it up. You'll find it. There's bound to be one near you. And if not, don't let that persuade you. If there's not, and you don't know where to buy comics, why are you watching this? But if not, there are ways of getting comics. Make sure that you get your comics
You
and
can say it, dude.
and buy them digitally.
You dance around it pretty well, though.
I know, because I feel like you stare at me angrily every time I mention that digital comics are out there, and it's not a sin to buy them.
You just tend to forget that, to advise that you should go to your comic shop.
You should.
Support local business.
Yeah, but if they don't have that,
Right. Or if there's a sucky shop that don't have it.
Exactly.
Like, we're not ordering Superior Foes because it's
Yeah.
lame. Well, tell them you want it.
Get a
Or say screw
subscription
them.
service.
one of the things that just bummed me out the most was last week. Journey to Mystery is coming to an end. Someone posted on Reddit, how much of a bummer that was, and someone wrote on the comments, "I have literally never seen this comic book in the shop that I go to ever."
I never understand that. If you've got a good comic shop, just say, "Hey, will you order me Journey to Mystery?" You might not be able to get the one that just came out, but you can certainly get the next one.
And and that's why that comic book failed. I mean, it didn't have a big name in it.
It just
but-
didn't sell well.
Yeah, but it was that sales are the only thing that comic book failed in. That was a great comic, and once again we've said it before. I can't wait to see what happens to both those guys. I think Shitty is his last name.
Mhm.
Is his last name. I think isn't he doing Avengers AI?
Maybe. I don't know.
I've heard that, but
That's too bad.
yeah, kind of right. Yeah,
One of the Avengers books.
you want
one
him
of
to be
Marvel
like
books that
Somni to go from the Mighty
Right.
Thor to the Daredevil, but I don't know. As long as he's still working, that's what you want to hear. And yeah, good week for comics. There's plenty to buy. There's plenty that I'm probably going to not buy today, but then want later on. Like it'll eat at me, and I'll be like, I really want Batman Black and White, or I really want. Someone said something good about the Joker. Because guess what, Andy Kubert, I was wrong, and I was presumptuous.
Exactly.
I hope he.
Oh, me
tanks.
too. Oh, that tanks? No, I hope he's awesome.
Oh,
I hope he's really well. Good. I mean, I would love to see that Damien book be good.
yeah.
It
Okay.
certainly could be, but I don't know.
Well, we're gonna go. So from the Secret Life of Comic Books.blogspot.com, I'm Matt Wood.
I'm Mara Wood.
And there's no Brian Wood comic today, so I'll say I'm Brian Keown.
Oh, good. See y'all later.